Dear learners, welcome back to my channel. Again to present you a lesson. It's very helpful for you. It is the uses of for and since. However, before starting my lesson, if you are newcomer to my channel, please subscribe. If you face any confusion or any query, please comments. If you think it's helpful, then share this content with your friends. If you have already subscribed, thank you so much. So let's get started. First, what is actually for and since? We know for and since is prepositions. For is a prepositions, since is both prepositions and conjunction. What is the grammar rule? Okay. For use for the period of time or the measurement of time. It's used for total time, to express the total time. For example, I have lived here for 10 years. Here the sentence 10 years, it's express total time. It measures total 10 years. So we use for. We are reading for 3 hours. Here it indicate the period of time, total period of time. How many time do we study? 3 hours. So we use for. And then I have been a teacher for 5 years. Here how many years? We easily calculate. How many years have I a teacher? 5 years. So in case of total counting time, in case of expressing the period of time, we use for. What is the grammatical rule for using since? Okay, since use for point of time. What is point of time? Starting time till now. Okay, for example, I have known him since January. We know every year has this month's January, but which January actually indicates, it's not clear here. So it expresses the starting time. I know him, I introduce him from any January, any year. Okay, so in this case we use since. Okay, another, I have been a teacher since 2015. Here this indicate the starting time. I have been a teacher since 2015. Okay, now actually we do not clear what actually point of time or period of time. So let's, by example, we will clear what is actually the period of time or point of time. Let's have a look. We know period of time, the measurement of time. The period expresses by second, minute or hour. Our point of time expresses by clocks, AM, PM, day or night. I think you will be more clear by example. Please wait for an hour. Okay, here the sentence expresses wait for an hour. Here it is a period of time. It is count total period. How many period here? 1 hour. So this sentence will also be in seen in point of time. Please wait since 9 o'clock. So here I use clock. Before I mention clock, AM, PM, days, night indicates the point of time. Okay, then another example, Period of time means weeks or months. For example, we closed the business for a month. Here we easily calculate from how many days we close our business. 1 month means 30 days. Okay, and point of time we use morning to evening, January to December, starting or ending. However, we close the business since May. We close the business since May. Here the sentence we use since because here we use May because it is the starting time. Okay. Then another example. Period of time means year, era, centuries. For example, Nahid waits for a year. Okay. It is how many year? A year. 1 year. Nahid waits since 2019. Here the time is fixed. It is the point of time, and days, weeks, months, year or season indicate the point of time. I hope you can understand what is actually period of time and point of time. Some students do not know where actually for uses. We know for uses in every tense, every types of tense. In every types of tense, for the uses of for are shown. Okay, for example, Tania does her homework for 2 hours. Here Tania does her homeworks. Here we use the for in present indefinite tense. Okay, another example, we are making toys for 3 days. Here we use for in continuous tense, present continuous tense. He has lived in London for a long time. Here we use for in present perfect. Okay, Hamid has been working on an office for 5 months. Here we use for in present perfect continuous tense. I agreed to work this job for 6 months. Here we use for in first tense, and then Shima will be in hospital for a single week. Here we use future indefinite for in future indefinite. So we can easily clear for the preposition, the word for is a preposition. We know it can uses with every tenses. Okay, now the uses of since. Remind one thing, for uses with or in every tenses. On the other hand, since use only perfect, either it present perfect or past perfect. However, with every perfect we use since. For example, we have been waiting since 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock is the starting time. So here have been, here we use since in present perfect continuous tense, and they have taught English since last year. Here since is used in present perfect tense. I had met him since 2018. Here 2018 is the starting time to meet with him. I start to meet with him. I start to meet him. Okay, so the sentence is first perfect. Then final example, Tohid had been there since last Sunday. Here last Sunday, Tohid had been there. Tohid was there or had been there starting of Sunday, Actually, last Sunday means it is the point of time. It is the starting of time till now. So we have to use since in every perfect tense. In English grammar, we find different uses of since. Since, when we since think as a prepositions, it is uses with perfect. Sometimes we find since as a connector or conjunctions. For example, it was long time since we meet. Here, it was long time. It is first indefinite first tense. So we take another sentence of first tense. We meet. Both sentences are connected. Both part are connected with since. Here, the since is not prepositions. It is connector. And then, since they love us, we should respect them. Since they love us, here the since is connector, since is linkers. Since they love us, we should respect them. So they love us, it is present tense, and we should respect him, it is also present. So when since uses as connector in sentence, we can take any of tense. We can use this since in any of tenses. Otherwise, if since is prepositions, it will be used only perfect tense. I hope this lesson help you to understand where do we use since and where do we use for. Thank you so much for watching my channel.